Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, guys. This could be my Elliot Wave forecast for pound yen, pound dollar, gold, as well as euro USD. But first of all, any views, opinions, or suggestions that are expressed in this video do not constitute to trading or financial advice. So let's get started here on on euro USD. So euro USD for the past week, we've seen a nice sort of decline coming in towards the downside, and I've been interpreting that this is going to continue moving towards the downside, given that sort of Z wave or that final Z wave to eventually come in. Now, keep in mind, what we need to understand is that the Z wave is obviously necessarily, I believe, is probably hit towards these lows. It could fall shy of that and then do a full on reversal, which is also perfectly fine. But nevertheless, we're going to get the same result. And where I think we're still going to be heading towards is probably towards the downside. However, nevertheless, we have also, in terms of the structural, how it's been moving in terms of structure wise, we have a nice, you can say a one, two, three, four into a triangle here, and then a five-way right here, which is an impulsive move, and then we're coming down here in a corrective move. So this could essentially be, I don't necessarily think that it's going to be a one, two, three move to the upside. I genuinely feel like this is the sort of the wave A of this move. So what I mean by that is essentially we've got the Z wave right here, which is the wave A. We're getting here as a wave A, or sorry, a five wave move as an impulse, which could be a wave one or a wave A. In my opinion, I think it's gonna be a wave A, and then we could come down here. We have broken market structure as well towards the downside, so we could see some possible move to the upside. Now, if this market in the long run tends to break, these highs, which is perfectly fine, then this will be considered as an A, B, C, which is a zigzag, and then we will then see that move towards the downside. So that is a possibility of that happening. Nevertheless, if the market does sort of correct towards the upside and it's in three waves, then we could essentially see more push towards the downside. And this will be the start of that move towards the downside. And what we have here is probably a one, two, three. This will be a four, and then the five is right here. And what we're essentially seeing is the sort of continuation of this initial move to the downside. So in terms of the short term, we have been breaking market structure. I wouldn't be surprised if you start to see some more sort of leg coming in towards the downside. Not just that, there is a possibility of we, are still going down, especially with what's happening in Germany. You see a lot of other European countries are suffering from a lot of, high inflation and stuff like that. We have also a lot of dollar strength as well, especially with some of the news that also have come out as well recently. So we could essentially see either two things: one, a huge push up towards upside, taking these highs, and that will give us an A, B, C, and then we're going to see more downside, or we could start to see possibly a corrective move in three waves here to then continue going towards the downside. Overall, short term up, short term is towards the upside or bullish, long term is still towards the downside. So let's go here on gold. So gold has been very, very, I'll say for me, a bit tricky to trade. Um, in terms of what I see happening, we still have a five wave A, so A, B, C, which has completed, and now we're seeing this huge move towards the upside, bringing back to sort of counteract this move, which to me just basically signifies a probably a zigzag correction here. So we have a wave A, wave B, and then a wave C, probably looking to take out these highs, come towards these levels right here, and we will then probably see one more move, strong move towards the downside, selling this market off again. That's what I actually hope. The reason why I say that is because we have a ABC here into a W, a nice ABC into an X, and we're sort of moving down here again into a wave Y, and this has just come very, very close towards the 61.8% right here. It's just fallen a bit shy. At the same time, we could essentially see this come down again, then go back up again, correct, and then sort of eventually come down. So what I mean, even though we have a zigzag here, I'm assuming that this next move, although this is quite impulsive, we could get an A, B, C, then one more push up again, and then we're going to shoot down. So we could be in a dirty correction here. At the same time, we could just experience one more push towards the downside. But overall, this is the X wave. or the B wave. Just be careful, don't trade it, let it do what it's got to do until you find that perfect setup. In terms of the short term, a bit more bullish towards the upside, taking these highs, which I think we'll eventually come to, and eventually we should start to see some sort of sell-off around the 50 to 61.8%. Most likely the 50, I'm sorry, the 61.8% level. So if I just bring it here, there we go. So we could possibly see around these levels here, or possibly the 78.6 as well, to eventually bring us towards the downside. So we could probably hit $2,000 an ounce again, before we start to see sort of move back down towards the 1600 level. That's the long-term view of things. So short-term bullish, long-term I believe bearish. So let's go on here onto pound yen. So pound yen, I made a nice trade of pound yen, which was a small buy. I didn't really like it because necessarily I'm actually going against the trend, which I shouldn't be doing. But nevertheless, if you are a good trader, then you can do things like that. But nevertheless, I shouldn't be still doing that. I did take a risk. I didn't risk too much. I did use half, but yeah, nevertheless, it was very very good. I took the buy. So let me just explain what I did. I think I took the buy around somewhere around here, or I think it was somewhere here actually, and I actually took out about here. So it was a very very short scalp. I saw the market come here, start to reject, and it's literally just got out. Then it went up again, which is perfectly fine. But this to me is just corrective. So we have position A, B, C right here, and we've now made the move towards the downside. Where are we heading in terms of the sort of short term? Is we're probably going to see a 3 wave corrective move towards the upside, probably taking out these highs, and then eventually see more downside to come in, possibly towards these lows in the long term view. So short term bullish, long term bearish. All right. Let's go into pound dollar. So here is pound dollar. So pound dollar has been moving towards the downside, and we had this sort of nice move towards the upside, and we could start to see some sort of move towards the upside again, depending on how this plays. But I personally think so. We have a wave A, wave B here. We could be finishing off that C wave, or this could be a wave one, wave two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then a 3, 4, 5. So I did say that this will be the X wave, and we could start to see some sort of push towards the upside coming in. I'm also looking at it in terms of market structure. We have broken market structure here, and this could be the test towards that market structure level again before we see some more downside coming to vegetate these lows. If that's the case, that's perfectly fine. It just basically means that we have a different count, which I've already got prepared for. But nevertheless, I won't be showing that until I get clarification on what really happens. So I'm going to still stick with my original count and assume that we get one more push towards upside before we then continue down. If it does go down here, then I'll be showing you guys the next count, then the week to come essentially. But in terms of short term, probably bullish, but short term, long term, sorry, long term, short term, I see bearish coming in. Long term, still bullish. All right. So I hope you guys do like my analysis. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do have a Patreon which allows you guys access to my private Discord for those people that are interested in learning. It won't necessarily be with me. It's just literally self-learning. It has all the information in regards to Elliot Wave, the rules. I've got a few worksheets that people can do as well, and obviously you can book in for private sessions with me if you guys do decide to do that. And there are different prices, but nevertheless the access to my Discord is only £20, which I think is very very cheap, and it's gonna be that forever. I don't plan to increase it any more than that, or actually decrease it. It's gonna stay at £20, which I think is it's fairly cheap. But nevertheless, I hope you guys do like my analysis. Please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. If there are any specific charts that you guys want me to look at for my next video, please leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.